Well, hello and welcome to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. Thank you for being here. This is the latest version of same, latest incarnation. Thank you, whether you're a first timer, long timer, cross watcher, everybody, welcome to this tarot reading that focuses on you and manifesting energies. It gives you all the power, and all of it begins right here with the Oracle deck and something that I call the Hyper Shuffle. And here is today's, what you call Hyper Shuffle, setting up the whole stage for today's Tao Manifesting Tarot. We begin with the manifested energy, community. This is something that I'm noticing a little bit more with bunches of people. They're more interested in forming community now that we have been down through the so-called shakedown over the past couple of years. People are wanting to reconnect, reattach, because it's a way of reconnecting, reattaching with themselves as well. They understand it. The importance of community. Not entirely going it alone, but finding your tribe. That is the manifested energy. Let's begin with this card here, Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is confusion. Seven of Cups is kind of a difficult card insofar as what it does. It talks about having a tough time figuring out what you love, why you love, who you love. It is very difficult. It's also the card of hallucination. You have all these ideas that, ooh, if I did this, this would be wonderful. If I took this cup, this would be wonderful. If I did this. And in that energy spent, in that time spent, it simply confuses you more and more and more and more. And you're done with that. In fact, you could have lived this hallucination, if you will, your entire life, and the last couple of years have really forced you to have to clean that up, clear it up. And so the deception, many times self-deception, but not all the time, that's kind of disappearing. And for many enlightened folks, part of an enlightened community, that deception is now gone. With it goes this constant angst, if you will, of the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords, you see her all lined up here, right? Yeah, she feels restricted, doesn't have direction, powerless, trapped. Very limited thinking and beliefs. That's where you have been. And of course, that's what contributed to this whole situation here, right? That's exactly what it was. Because your thinking, the information that you had was wrong, you got the wrong results. Remember junk in, junk out, that expression? Well, that's what these two cards are all about. And that is something that you're wrapping up, because you need to form community. That gives you your safety, your direction, even your protection. And the Nine of Wands says that you are more than ready to do this. Nine of Wands is determination. It's courage. It's persisting despite setbacks. This is where you are at this point. After at least, well, you know what? I'm going to say a lifetime full of this, because we've been led down a road that does not exist. The values that were given to us were not really valuable and certainly did not serve us. They were not good for us. And so in searching for a community now, you're looking to move forward with determination, with gusto, for joy, happiness, peace in your life. Becomes one of your values. And in fact, the Ace of Wands underlines that. That's really what you're going for, is that connection, that spiritual connection to life itself. And for those enlightened, there's a group of people who are still living here, who are still living the nightmare. And they don't know it. They see it maybe more as a dream, or just maybe they're just out there and they're not seeing anything. But you are not one of that group. You are going for the gold, if you will, that happiness, that joy, that connection in life, that true value. Because when you stop and think about it, it's not the things that you have, it's the memories that you take that really are the value in life. And you've learned that. Because you realized over the last couple of years, at least maybe your whole lifetime, was just a Five of Swords. Yeah, just a very hollow victory. It really didn't mean anything. Yeah, you sacrificed your integrity. There was conflict for the sake of conflict. You know, you believed what they told you and you went into the battle of life and only to find out, not so much. Not so much. Not very worthwhile. So you're beginning to do more thinking for yourself. You are becoming self-important, but in a very positive way. That's what the Nine of Pentacles is all about. Remember, Pentacles are values, things that are important to us. And this gal is very independent, kind of a lower version of the Queen of Pentacles. That's because she knows her self-worth, she knows her value, she knows what's important to her and why. And she has good, solid values. So she can be independent because she knows who she is. And part of that is connecting with the right people. Part of it is finding your tribe, which is what you're doing now. Because what you're doing now with people, with the tribe, finding justice. That's what you're doing. You're finding that balance. You're finding that fairness. You're finding that equanimity. That's all you're really looking for. Make it fair. Make it fair. What you do for one, you do for all. What you give to one, you give to all. And that really will be the sign of your tribe. That's what you're going for. You see how she's, it's like an energy thing that she's connecting. It's like a charge, a cosmic charge, and you can see the bolts of lightning. That's her. You're going for justice. You're making that connection. And you're doing it with tribe and love. First for yourself, like this Queen of Cups, because what you can do for you, you can do for others. People think, well, I don't have to really like myself. I don't have to really respect myself, but I can love people. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's a mask. You're not doing that. Love yourself first. Then you find your tribe. Because you know by now, we got the eclipse season coming up and a whole bunch more coming up after that. You know by now, the world card tells you that you are moving ahead. There's no two ways around it. You can't escape it. It's impossible. Forward, forward, forward. Completion, integration, wholeness. That's what you are looking for in your life. And these two cards, the vice versa card and the oracle card, always match up to one another. Always. So you will find wholeness. You will find this new world for you in community. You can do this. Thumbs up, of course, always to the people. If I get this doggone thing straight, it's always backwards in the screen, what you'd think I would get naturally, because I am kind of backwards. There we go. Well, it is what it is, right? Thumbs up to the people at YouTube. Like and subscribe. In spite of all my goofing around and not getting it right, you got the idea. So I do a brand new read, a manifesting tarot every day, 365 days a year. I'll have one for you again tomorrow. Hope we get together, but if we don't, as always, between now and the next time you and I do manifest tarot together, peace and blessings.